What's going on, everybody? I am going to show you today the best way to start a financial journey with someone you're in a serious relationship with. Stay tuned. My name is Mauli Vodi with Financially Present, and I'm going to go over some tips related to how to open a savings account with your significant other. Yes, I know, a savings account. It doesn't seem fancy or glamorous, but it is important. Stick with me here. When I was in my relationship with my now wife, we had only been dating for about 2 years. And around that time, she suggested, hey, why don't we open up a savings account? And it threw me off a little bit. We're two college kids, didn't have much, right? But it stopped me in my tracks. It had me thinking, and this, of course, was the most serious relationship I'd been in at the time. And it also made me a little concerned. So I didn't answer quite then and there, but I took it back to a friend. And I spoke with them about it, and they said, what's the big deal? Just write something up, just try to agree on it, and then just make it happen. And if it doesn't work out, split it in half. We ended up deciding to open up an account. It was the best way for us to, one, talk about finances, to talk about our future, to talk about any plans that we had with each other, and to talk about goals monetarily or career-wise. So it built that foundation for the conversation. So the bank account was less about the money, but it was more about the future goals attached to it. Okay. So now I'm going to take some time and go through what you would put in an agreement if you're opening up a bank account with a significant other. Just stay tuned. But before I do that, I want you to take a moment, hit the like button on this video, hit that subscribe button, and then plan to share it if it helped you. We had to sit down and have a meeting about what we would put into that account as seed money and then any subsequent deposits. And because we were in college, we didn't have much. We knew we had to start small, but be consistent. And what we found was we were committed to the account. We knew that someone else was looking at the account. It wasn't just my own savings account. It wasn't just her own savings account. It was ours. Okay. And this is completely separate from her checking account and my checking account, okay? This is a new savings account that we both committed, and we are writing some type of covenant towards how this would operate. So what we ended up doing, we wrote how much we put in as seed money, how much we put in as subsequent deposits, and then any of the restrictions on what we would do with the money. So we wrote that agreement down and we made it work, all right? And that same money in that account was what helped us buy our first home. It's where when we received wedding gifts, that money all went in there. And we eventually, it turned into our biggest savings, whether it was hers or mine, or my savings on my own or her savings on her own. Our individual saving or our joint savings together ended up being significantly more because of the accountability that was attached to it. Now, what you've been waiting for, the exact rules that we wrote down in our agreement 13 years ago. Actually, it's getting closer to 14 years when we wrote down this agreement. And we still have this very paper to this day. It's just kept in a safe place. It's kind of a nice reminder. But number one, we would put $150 in each. And then every 2 weeks when we got paid from our internships, we would put $50 in the account. It was started off small. And then the next agreement was no withdrawals from the account until after marriage, right? So you're thinking, hey, you're already dating this person and you're talking about marriage. So that means it's somewhat important, right? Number three, if we split up, then the money goes 50-50 to each person, all right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then if we break up or divorce and there's a child present, then all of that money would go to the child, period, okay? Number five, if we miss a payment, we must double the payment the next month, all right? So that reinforces the ability of the accountability, the ability to be accountable for what your role is in this account. Number six, the amount of the deposit will change once we have full-time jobs. Okay, so now we have attached a future goal to it, all right? Number seven, the deposit must be made by the 6th of each month, all right? Because we had to figure out, okay, well, when do you get paid? And when do you get paid? Basically, we picked a day that we knew would work for us and that we wouldn't be late. Okay, so the 6th of every month. And then number 8, the address, the official address for the account. And of course, that would change as, you know, the relationship progresses. But at the time, we had that address written down. And then number 9, as soon as there's enough to go into investing or put in a CD or something else, we would do that. Okay. And that's it. That's as simple as it was. And we signed and printed our names and wrote the date. And that was our agreement. This could easily be held up in a dispute. This could be held up in a court, most likely, assuming this is kept and there's nothing altered with it, right? All right, so there you have it. One of my best tips related to having financial discussions and setting financial goals between a serious couple, all right? And what that does is it helps you figure out, hey, is this the one, or is this one looking for something more than what we have? Those are important questions to answer when you're in a relationship, because time is money, all right? So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification button, and then share it with a friend that needs to know this message. Most importantly, financially present is not just a state of mind, but it is the place to be. Until next time.